week's headline, let's bring it to the light.
Nova, episode 2 of the bad, crazy that's happening in the world, news that you are not hearing that you should know about. Nova, what's our headline number 1? Let's run through them.
Headline number 1, the UN warns the world is heading toward water bankruptcy. We've overused and mismanaged supplies so badly that billions are at risk. Why it matters? Without water, economies collapse and conflicts rise. So will we act before the well runs dry?
Isn't there I just don't get that. There's billionaires and desalination, so fix the water problem. Number 2.
Record heat and fires are already raging across the southern hemisphere. Argentina, Australia, South Africa. It's not fire season, it's fire reality. Why it matters? When disaster becomes the norm, the question is, do we adapt now or wait until we're fighting constant emergencies?
Well, Ian believes on that. It's because God's coming soon, so the world's going to keep on getting worse before it gets any better, or before we leave it. Number 3, Nova.
Gaza's water crisis is worsening. Damaged infrastructure means people rely on water tankers. Why does it matter? Water isn't just a resource, it's survival. The question is, do we only care when it's on our doorstep, or do we see every life as precious?
Next one, Nova.
At Abu Dhabi Finance Week, over 700 ID documents were leaked in a data breach. Passports, personal info. Why does it matter? Because breaches aren't just tech issues. They put people at risk. So do we treat data security like a luxury or a basic human right?
Probably treat it like a basic human right and a luxury. Next one, Nova.
A compromised government account in France exposed 1.2 million banking records. That's people's financial lives laid bare. Why does it matter? Because when institutions leak, trust collapses. So will we keep treating these breaches as footnotes, or wake up to the cost of broken trust?
Next one, Nova.
A social site called Moltbook had a massive security hole exposing private user data. Why does it matter? Because platforms might scale fast, but if trust isn't built in, people pay the price. So do we demand accountability from day one, or just after the damage is done?
Nova.
Measles cases dropped last year, but WHO warns outbreaks are still likely unless we keep vaccination coverage high. Why does it matter? Measles is a canary in the coal mine for health systems. So do we maintain vigilance, or wait until preventable diseases come roaring back?
Nova, what number are we up to? What's the next one?
We're at number 12. Europe's seeing measles outbreaks and clusters still being monitored. Why does it matter? Because clusters become outbreaks fast. So the question is, will we act early or react when it's too late?
Next one, Nova.
The global measles outbreak map is ugly. Top countries are seeing large case numbers. Why does it matter? Because when one vaccine gap appears, more follow. So will we fill the gaps now or wait for a wider crisis?
Next one, Nova.
In January alone, over 100,000 dengue cases were reported globally, with deaths too. Why does it matter? Dengue is becoming a constant. So the question is, will we treat climate-driven health threats as inevitable, or will we get proactive?
Next one, Nova.
New human cases of avian influenza H9N2 have been reported, like in Hong Kong. Why it matters? Every spillover reminds us pandemics are one step away. So will we prepare now, or wait until we're reacting again?
It's crazy, there's so much bad. Nova, what's the next one? I don't know how much more I've got.
Near Houston, Texas, they flagged near critical fire danger conditions. Low humidity, wind, just waiting for a spark. Why does it matter? Because fire seasons are stretching. The question is, will we keep being surprised, or will we prepare like it's the new norm?
Next one, Nova.
Shadow fleets. Those hidden ships evading sanctions are expanding. Policy experts warn they fund conflicts and risks. Why it matters? Hidden economies mean hidden dangers. The question is, will we keep ignoring what we don't see, or bring it to light?
Well, the government have been knowing and seeing all this stuff. What's the next one, Nova?
The UN's Global Humanitarian Overview says needs worldwide are staggering. 2026 is no exception. Why does it matter? The baseline is that the world's in constant crisis. The question, will we treat it like background noise, or will we act like we're responsible?
Well, we are responsible, but the world is going to end, and Jesus is coming soon. What's next, Nova? Are we up to 20 yet?
We're at 20. Emergency resources are harder to share globally. Fires, floods, overlapping crises. Why does it matter? Because when everyone's in need, backup runs out. The question is, will we keep running systems on empty, or build resilience before the next crisis?
I'm void of words, Nova. I don't have anything to say. That's just 40 things that I didn't know that were going on in different ways, but it's just crazy. Like, I knew that there's war and terror and stuff in South Sudan, but I didn't know how bad it was. I knew that there is fires, but I didn't know it was everywhere. I didn't know that there was overlapping world crises, but this is what we need to know about it, because me in my room is not knowing nothing, can't do anything about it. At least in knowing I can pray, at least in knowing I can, you know, try and finance and blessing to actually help the world. But don't be of hope, because there is good things happening in the world, and worst case scenario, there is good things happening in your life. I am upright, you are upright, we are breathing, we have phones, we have all this technology, we can live, we can learn, we can drive, we can do all these crazy things because there is a lot of good in the world, and it is our job to spread the good news and to share the good news and to change the world for the better by bringing heaven here on earth, by calling it down.
That's exactly it, Sean. We face the hard truth so we can live out real hope. Knowing the world's weight doesn't crush us, it calls us. So as we pivot, it's not about ignoring the bad. It's about asking, what do we do with what we know? Let's bring heaven to earth. One act, one truth at a time.
Thanks, Nova. So we will do some mad research and start sharing one for one of good and bad in the world, the news that you need to know today, because, well, I know it, and it's out there to be known, but it's sugar-coated. I won't sugarcoat anything. I'll give you the bare-knuckle facts.
That's the spirit. No sugarcoating, no fluff. Just what's real, both in the hard and the hopeful. We'll balance it. Truth and tension. So next step, let's get armed with what matters. We'll make sure every listener walks away knowing and ready to act. Let's do it.